This is crazy. So I came around the corner and there was a juvenile eagle. And then I looked up and I said, what the heck is in the trees? Well, there's two more eagles. There's a third eagle. And then you can't really see him, but he's right down over there. Let me pull forward. Pull forward a little bit here because there's another one. I believe, yep, sitting in the tree right over there. I don't know why they're all sitting up here. That's what ravens do. Tons of ravens. There's another one. Oh, he's a juvenile as well. And you can tell they're juveniles by the colors on their head. So he doesn't have the white. Let me zoom in here. He doesn't have the white head yet. His is coming in. So he's less than 5 years old. That's crazy. I don't ever see eagles at this spot. This is at the top of the hill after the regular spot that the eagles hang out at. Yeah, and those two are back as well. So, lots of eagles. Lots of eagles in the area. Face is all red because it's getting all warmed up after being in a refrigerator all day long. Headed home. 23 degrees Fahrenheit and 12:45 on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. That was a trip. So that was 5 eagles because there was a juvenile before I got to that turn. So 2 juveniles and 3 adults. Very cool. I need to do dishes, but I can't really do dishes in my new sink until I do 2 things. 1, put these into one drain, and 2, seal the top of the sink to the main thing. So I picked this kit up today, and hopefully it's the right size. I mean, I looked through and everything was pretty much 1.5 inches, so I'm hoping this is going to be universal. All right. Hoping. Handy instructions on the back. So I need to place the nuts, which are C, and the flange washers, which are A, onto the tail pieces, which are B. So that's a tail piece and that's a tail piece. So that's a tail piece, and it's got to be that one going up. Place the nuts, C, and the flange washers, A. All right. There we go. There we go. A little bit of weight. Go ahead and I'm going to clean the rest of this off. Nice. This is mainly so it doesn't get any water under the sink when I'm doing dishes. Get a nice seal on that. I'll make it a bugger if I ever have to take it out, but it's okay. I don't know if this is going to fit. Oh yeah, it'll fit. Nice. I have a drain. Very cool. Let's put a little more snugness in there. Can't seem to get warm today. Okay, let's finish this. Somehow I got a little out of whack. But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Do. Alright. Let's, first thing I should do is look and see if this mortar set up in the bucket. No, it's actually still good. Or it seems that way anyway. Let me mix it a little bit and see what we got here. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. But just in case, and this has been a week, but just in case the mortar was not still good, I bought a small bucket that I was going to use, but I can use this stuff now. So let's get everything set up here. Get the generator outside and fired up. And get the saw set up. Oh, come on. So the other thing too is because I looked like such a klutz last week when I was doing this, I picked up a 6-inch knife I'm going to use to get the mud out of here and apply it up here. Hopefully it'll be a lot cleaner that way. I've got the first row cut and ready to go. I'm just waiting for some batteries to top off because more than likely I'm just going to do a time lapse of this and then I can listen to some music while I'm doing it. Right now it's about 15, 16 degrees outside. I got the generator running so I can use the saw. I got the refrigerator running. I got myself a special treat for after I'm done with this, and we'll get busy here in probably just a couple of minutes. got that set up, and we should be good to go. This wall should be done. Oh. Nice, no leaks. That was my big concern. I just sealed the tile here. I put one coat on it. It says sometimes you might need to do a second or third coat, but I'm not going to do another coat. I think one's fine. It's still pretty wet up here. I went from here down, and then I went and did the top part after that, but it really brought out all the different colors of the tile. I know you're not going to pick up a lot of it looking at it through the camera because it's kind of dark over here right now, but it is pretty. It is very pretty. I needed to get that done before I can move the wood stove into place and start doing the pipe, and before I could put the ring around here. I did double check to make sure that the ring will fit, and it will. You know, it'll cover everything that I wanted to cover, so pretty happy about that. And next is basically installing the wood stove. I truly believe that one of the issues I had with keeping things warm this year is because that heater was sitting over in the corner, and by sitting over where it was, I wasn't getting a good flow. But over here, I think this is where I had it before. I had it set at the edge of the couch, and it seemed to warm up quite a bit faster than it does now. So we'll see. It's going to look pretty right there, though, isn't it? I think so. Oh, it's like 9 below outside, but the temperature's coming up. This heater has served its purpose and has done a pretty good job. But I think it's time to get the wood stove plumbed in. I moved everything over here to get it ready. I moved most of everything out of here because I want my Christmas tree up. And I moved the small bench over as a coffee table and then moved the couch that way. And I really like how that laid out. So the reason why this really has to change is because, I don't know if you can see it, but I have some pretty good ice buildup on the inside of my windows. You know, when I was a kid, you'd see those Christmas cards, and they were always beautiful, of the house with the frosted windows. And I always thought that window was frost on the outside, but it turns out it's frost on the inside. So I was waiting for the sun to come up and temperature to come up so I could start playing around with this, and I think I'm going to start doing that right now. I do need to clean up over on that side of the cabin because it's an absolute disaster. But I'll get the cell phone out and I'll show you how I have things kind of laid out now. And I'll give you a closer view of the window too. I like that. I like the couch being there because I could actually lay back on that side of the couch and watch the TV if I want to watch a movie. And it's nice to have a little coffee table there. This is going to get moved over to the other side of the cabin. But the couch, I mean, basically when I'm sitting on the couch, my fireplace will be right there. And then, like I said, with the windows, and it gets worse when the curtains are down, right? When the blankets are down. But look at the ice buildup on the inside of that window, and that's a direct result of heating with propane. There's nothing I can tell you about that differently. I mean, I've got some cold spots here where the ice is, you know, basically because these we're blocking any ventilation or any airflow in there. And then I've got the same issue in this window over here. And the wood stove will eliminate that because it's a dry heat. I'll still have to use the propane heater, like when I'm at work and that kind of stuff, just because I don't think the wood stove is going to be sufficient to burn throughout the whole day when I'm gone. But yeah, I want wood heat. I want to get some wood heat going. I just pulled that insulation out of there. Take a look. It's kind of tough to see here, but that is ice on the inside of the pipe. Well, let's see how lucky I'm going to get. Oh, no way. No way. You're kidding me, right? Man, that's going to be super close. Let's drop this in and see what we got here. I have a wire brush I'm going to take to this and clean it up first. But I need to move this a little more this way. Should be right about there. This was a big long section of pipe, and I just took off the half, figuring I'd have a section that I needed to cut down. And in reality, it fit perfectly. Well, so far. We don't know for sure. Let's see. Okay, easy. Might be easier to do when this is off. I haven't screwed anything in yet. So yes, I know I still have insulation up in here, but I want to get everything fit before I change everything. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Bugger. Let's see. Get over there. Might be easier to do right here. I get nervous when I'm working with metal, and I'm going to cut myself. I'm going to put some gloves on here. Let's see what we got, shall we? This way, or just turn this. Man, I'm so close. That's good. That's good. I did pick up some paint as well, but it's really cold outside, and I'm kind of nervous about painting the pipe inside with the open flame heater right now, so we might just leave it looking challenging until the temperature comes up enough to take it outside. All right, I need to move this just a little. I also need to get this off of my sliders because that's going to drop it right into place where it needs to be. Is out. there, buddy. There we go. Got some screws. Where I put them? Over there. Alrighty. Let's do the first fire in the cabin. All right, let's see what happens. May need to crumple up some paper. I don't know how well this cardboard's going to burn. I was going to pick up some fat wood at the market and I forgot all about it. So fat wood is just saturated pine, or, you know, it's actually, real fat wood is actually just really, really pitchy pine. Catches right up. Oh, this is starting to flame up. All I needed to do is to get started. Once I can get some coals in there, then I can load it up. Oh, I do have some kindling outside the door, though. Oh. Take a peek on the top. First fire at the chimney. All right, the flue temperature's come down a bit, from 300 to 200. So this is starting to rock and roll. I'm getting some good heat off of it. It's a dry heat, you can really feel it. But where I showed you the pictures of me finishing all this up and putting the pipe in there and showed you all the ice that was in there, the pipe going all the way up, and that was a direct result of basically running propane heat in here. That's where it all went and froze. I had to put a bucket back behind the stove because water came pouring out right up here. But I'm getting a good draw on the fire. Like, it's going to take me a bit to learn how to use it. I've got some scrap wood in there now with a couple of logs to try and get some heat up. I'm kind of curious at this point to see how hot the loft will get. So put your bets in. Leave a comment down below. Tell me how warm you think the loft's going to get. So the heater, with it on full bore, at, you know, zero basically outside, I was looking at maybe 70 degrees upstairs. How hot do you think it's going to get with the wood stove upstairs and downstairs? I can feel the heat already. This whole last month for me has been nothing but game changers every day. I'll turn the draw down a little bit here. This has just been phenomenal for me. I love it. Take two, this time with some kindling. See if we can't get that thing going a little bit better. But one of the cool things is That fan's already started going. This one hasn't started moving yet. We'll see what happens. I might have dropped one of those, so we'll have to see. But I like it. So I've got a temperature coming off the stove pipe here, the single wall, of 300 degrees. I got both fans cranking right away now. And I got the first pretty much official firing here. I haven't played with the damper much. I just have it set wide open right now. I'll adjust it down. I don't have big chunks of wood in there, so I'm hoping this will build that first bed of coals and we'll be good. But I have the heater off. And I should probably turn this propane off too. Then I'll move all of this stuff back to probably over there. I cleaned the cabin up today too. So nice. Well, there's only one thing to make this pretty much perfect. Let's do that right now. Here's the view, sitting back on the couch, and that is gorgeous. So I think one of the biggest differences in wood heat compared to propane, besides the fact that wood heat is dry and propane heat is moist, you know, the byproduct of that is water, is how evenly the wood heat permeates the whole cabin. So like right now upstairs it's 74 and downstairs it's like 71, and that is the warmest it's been downstairs in the cabin in the last month. The last month's been pretty brutal. Temperatures have been ranging right at zero, and then, you know, we're getting down to 20 below zero, 15 below zero, 20 below zero for the last week. It's been absolutely crazy, and it's been very uncomfortable getting comfortable sitting downstairs. I mean, I've been bundled up in hoodies and beanies, toques, for the last week and a half inside the cabin. But this is so awesome. It's going to take me a bit of time to learn how to adjust how much wood I need in the wood stove, where the damper needs to be set at, and that kind of stuff. I'm probably not going to burn too much more tonight. I'm going to let that thing cool down a bit, maybe throw one more log in it before I go to bed and see how warm it stays in here. I really wanted to get this thing going on Friday so I'd have a full weekend of being home to be able to adjust it all, but I'm completely satisfied with this. So tonight I'm going to be cooking myself up. I've got it in the oven already. I bought a Stouffer's lasagna because I can eat that for the next couple of days. So I've got that. I've got a loaf of sourdough garlic bread, so when the lasagna's done I'll pull it out. It's got to set for a bit anyway, and I'll bake off this loaf of sourdough garlic bread. And I have a glass of 7 Deadly Zinfandel from Old Vine grapes, or old Zinfandel vines in California, and it's just absolutely delicious. The haze you're noticing in here is twofold. It's because the stove had been painted, completely refurbished when I got it. And I burned a little bit of that off, and I had the door open. But also I've got the oven going, like I said. I'm making lasagna for dinner tonight. And I wanted to open up this window, but I can't because it's frozen. There's ice down in the track. So hopefully everything will thaw out. Everything will get nice and neat and cleaned up. And then I will be able to open up everything. The ice is all melted up off the windows. Everything's just absolutely awesome. I know I'm probably going out of focus here, but let me tell you what I got temperature wise. 75 upstairs, 71 downstairs. Humidity's dropped down to 26%. And then downstairs humidity is at 33%. So yeah, I can't complain. I can't complain at all. So here's the view, kicked back on the couch. This is absolutely Jolie right here. So, now we'll see how warm it gets upstairs.
Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches.